So this is the image.
Yep.
So in this, I started with the smallest aperture.
Yep.
Well, I used f32, small size of small opening of the.
Okay.
And a 32 aperture, and as you can see, the car behind is barely visible, just as much as the flower. The detailing.
What do you mean barely visible?
Sorry, is fully visible.
Oh yes, yeah.
Sorry, I used the wrong choice of word. So everything is covered. Everything is relatively sharp.
Yep.
Wouldn't say every detail is sharp, because I did feel like, because of so obviously we used only varying aperture, so the ISO throughout this was 3200.
Yep.
A very high ISO in my opinion.
Yes,
so
yes.
you can see that it's a little bit grainy, there's a little bit of noise, but at least everything is fairly visible.
Yes.
Including the flower.
Okay. Yep.
So I created this tray and put in different colors, different textures of flowers, just so it could help get all the detail. This picture, I've used an aperture of 4.5, which was the most my lens could go to.
Yep.
But if you see here, the focus, the flowers are very sharp.
Yeah.
Everything else behind is pretty blurry. If we put this image versus that of f32 side by side, you can see that.
This is your kit lens, right?
No, this is my zoom lens.
Yeah, I know what zoom lens, which is what's
18 to 50.
Yeah, so it's a kit. It's a kit lens. Yeah, it's a kit lens.
No, sorry, it's the long one. Not 18 to 55.
The longer one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's also.
It's also a kit. Okay, I don't. You just said the other one, the 18 to 55.
Yeah, that's it. As in what I mean is the normal standard lens.
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah, standard lens.
So the standard zoom lens.
Yes, standard.
So this was the most my lens could go to.
Okay, yeah.
So if we could put this image and that image side by side, which are the extreme apertures that my lens could hold, you can see that these appear a lot more sharper than this, whereby the car is quite visible. And I shot this picture from a tripod. So, and I kept everything else constant. And also the composition.
Yes.
Well, I haven't learned about that yet, but I just from the little bit we've spoken about it, the frame. I tried. Night photography. Okay. I had a lot. This was my first time doing these.
Okay.
Because I had to keep the exposure, for the longest time. So I did 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 25 seconds.
What's your aperture here?
Sorry, just a moment. I kept an aperture of 11.
11, okay, yep.
So I felt that in terms of this
ISO?
My ISO here was 100.
Okay, yeah.
I felt like it wasn't enough, so I did change the ISO later on.
Yeah.
I made it, if you can see the next image, for example, I made it 400. Anyway, that seemed a little bit right. But is this the one we're looking at? Yeah, this is 400, I think. Is that correct? Do you see the ISO?
I'm just trying to see whether. Oh yeah, it's down here.
It's 400, isn't it?
Maximum aperture.
This is 100, right?
Oh, sorry. I just need to increase this.
Can't see the name. If you just.
Oh crap.
If you just show me the image number, then I can check the corresponding one on my phone.
Lens info 15 one shot. Auto white balance. ISO, yes, 100.
100. So here I used an exposure of 25 seconds.
Yep, there 25 seconds. Yes, I can see it there.
So yeah, I mean, I was in the given capacities of the time I've learned how to shoot this a little bit.
Yep.
I was content with the shot.
Yes.
But I definitely think it can be made better. But at that point, everything that I have learned from this, I have put to my knowledge.
Yes.
And this is what I have come up with.
Good.
If there's something that it can change, I'm sure it can become a better picture. Maybe you can tell me.
Yeah.
But beyond this, I did not know. I used all the knowledge I gained.
Yeah, no, it's a good shot. I mean, like exposure wise, that is good. I mean, look, it's a bit dark, but the thing is, it is that's how it was looking, right, from your point of view.
Yeah.
Yes. So the dark, it is dark, and technically you are on the spot.
Yeah.
As in, like, this is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it can be manipulated
Okay.
a bit more. This is obviously more advanced. So
There are two things.
are we? Do you have other ones that similar that you want to
similar
talk
that I want
about?
to talk about. So there's just two things that I felt. If you see here, right?
Yeah.
The frame, like the composition that we always speak about, the frame is
Yeah.
a bit slanted. Like here, the water is less,
Yes.
and here it's more.
Yes.
That was because of the challenge I told you I had with the tripod.
Yes.
So I could not make it. I didn't really want to
Okay.
get much of the water
Yeah.
because it seemed like to get the frame, I just needed most of the city,
Yeah.
the skyline. I didn't want too much of the water, but I couldn't really manage to.
Oh, you can't book it higher. Go up.
If even I did, I put it max, but it was still not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was not tilting. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah.
So then I could not tilt it to only capture the, and then I put one side of the tripod on something elevated,
Yeah.
but then it kept shaking. So then
Okay.
the picture. But what I tried to do is, if you can see, there's a company here called Deloitte.
Yes.
So I mean, it is fairly readable. I don't think it's very crisp,
Yeah.
but I don't.
That might be due to camera
Shake. And it was
Yeah.
very windy that day as well.
Ah, okay.
So,
Okay, so I can comment on this. So
Yeah.
if let's just zoom in so that we can see it properly. Yeah. So if we zoom in to Deloitte,
Yeah.
let's say.
Because you told me always zoom in to see if you can see the
Yes,
finer
yes.
details, to see if the focus and everything else is on point.
You can see, move this thing. Okay, like move this through here on this. Okay, so two reasons. Okay, I can see this. The reason why this is slightly blur. It should be. Okay, no. Okay, actually, it's not that blur. It's not that blur. Okay, run me through how you take the photo. How do you actually capture the image when you press the button?
So
how
initially,
physically,
okay,
as in physically.
initially what I did is I put it. I used to press the button,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And then in the little movement that I did from pressing the button, I would expect a little bit of a shake. So throughout the next set of pictures, I put it on self-timer
Yes.
of 2 seconds or so
Good.
that as soon as I know that once I've pressed the timer,
Yep.
there's absolutely no scope for shake. However, there was a little wind. It was very windy that day. So the minute shake would be due to
Okay.
that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
correct
No,
it?
no, that's very good. That's a very good way to do it. That's how we do it. But now to minimize the wind and minute shake, you bring like maybe your camera bag or something that's heavy to weigh down the tripod. So any tripod, unless it's a big heavy tripod, then it won't move. But then any tripod will be susceptible to wind or anything. You know what I mean? So you would probably want to get like something heavy to anchor the tripod down.
And I used my standard zoom lens for this.
Yep.
So if you can see, can I go to the next one? Just it's the
Yeah,
same
sure.
set of
Yep.
pictures, but I selected the best few. I felt this was a
Yeah.
better picture.
Yes.
If you can even zoom into that Deloitte we were looking at. Here I
Okay.
use self-timer, I use a bit of a higher ISO, and everything else was
How high was your ISO?
400.
Okay. Yep.
And then aperture was 11, and then the exposure was 25 seconds. But I felt like this was a better shot
Yep.
than the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know if the lights are too bright or that's pretty okay. I don't know what you think. And sorry, just a quick one. Usually what happens is is a very good reflection of the skyline on the water. So I would have normally been able to get this like through this type of shot, but because of the extreme wind, you can't, it's not very visible. But in my eyes, sometimes I can see a reflection of the water, a reflection of the skyline on the water. That looks nice. What do you think of this shot?
Okay, this shot is, I mean, it's brighter for sure. Brighter.
Because of the ISO?
Brighter, yes, ISO. But now I'm going to point something out to you that you'll be learning something today. Okay, so let's have a look at the Deloitte picture. The number again as a reference here. Okay. Okay, so it's definitely brighter than before, but I want to pull your attention to something that happens.
What can I do?
Okay, now can you see this little dot here?
Yeah.
And dot here and dot here. These are called pixel light that has been is just generated from higher ISO. So higher ISO will also cause this sort of see this is not, it's not supposed to be there. I don't think. I'm kind of sure, but so like it makes it like stars, but actually it's not meant to be there. I think, and because of the bright lights as well, sometimes it will just somehow mutate the image and get you this extra star thing. So that's something that we have to be careful about.
Okay.
So what you can actually do here instead of increasing the ISO is